You know what I want to know? I become fascinated with the fucking AR-15, right? I mean, I might buy one before they get fucking banned just because it'll be worth money. You know what I mean? Like when people buy, like, you know, when they reissue the Jordans and people buy them, they don't wear them. They just stick them in the back of their closet. So just one day they can just bust it out and everybody's like, oh, shit, right? I want to know, people who have AR-15s, I know there's people who listen to this podcast, you got one. Let me ask you this. What do you do with it? Okay? I know what I would do with it. Okay? I wouldn't take it down to some stupid fucking gun range and do target practice. That's not what you get that gun for. You get that gun to reenact safely the end of Scarface. So if I had an AR-15, what I would do every year around Halloween, I'd wait a couple days after when everybody's pumpkins are getting all mushy, and I would just knock on the door and be like, hey, you want me to take that off your hands? I'll take your old pumpkins, right? You know, I'll put up a sign, old pumpkins, recycled here, right? And I get fill up the whole back end of my truck with a bunch of old pumpkins, right? And then I would fucking, I'd just take them out in some field, right? I got an AR-15, you know I live in the middle of nowhere, right? I'd fucking take them out into a field. I'd put wigs on them and shit, maybe a little suit underneath, depending on how far I wanted to get with it, you know? And then just fucking light them up. Other than that, what the fuck do you have it for? That's like these assholes who get like a Ferrari and they just drive it up and down the Sunset Strip. It's like, fuckhead, put it on a truck, take it to a track, and drive it the way it's supposed to be driven. You know? I mean, that's what I would do. That's what the fuck, I mean, if you got it, don't you want to do that? You can't tell me. Somebody anonymously write in and just tell me the stupidest fucking thing you did with your AR-15, just having fun. You know? Or if my neighbor pissed me off when they weren't around, I'd just fucking shoot into the side of his fucking above ground pool. Get some, you motherfucker. Right? I would do silly shit if I had an AR-15. I wouldn't hurt anybody else. Destruction of property, you know. Yeah, I would do that. But, you know, women are allowed to get away with that. Take their fucking ex-husband's shit and light it on fire, or a fucking cheating boyfriend, throw it out in the fucking yard and, you know, stab it all up. Cops come down laughing. They don't give a fuck. The woman goes back in the house. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. Why can't a man go out every once in a while and just shoot somebody's above ground pool with an AR-15? Isn't there a well, you got to make sure there's nobody in it, right? It's also a waste of water. It's irresponsible, but you know what I mean? You can't tell me if there was a YouTube video of it, you wouldn't want to see it, right? And then scroll down and look at all the comments like, oh, waste water much? And then it'd be, fuck you fucking liver snowflake, ain't my fault, you live out there in Hollywood in the fucking desert. Couple more comments, somebody drops the N-word, you know, the basic conversation on YouTube, right? That's what I do. Anyways. So, hey, non-gun people. All right. The people who want to get rid of all the guns. Do they want to get rid of all the guns? Can you do that? Isn't that trying to like get rid of all the straws? Like, how would you do that? It's like they're out there. People come in like, yeah, these are all the straws I have. How would you know that? You know? Straws are made out of plastic, everybody. All right, gun control, everybody. Oh, JJ's. I stepped into it with this one. I'm trying to see if somebody can just explain to me. I'm open-minded about it because I don't know shit about guns. Why you need an AR-15 to fucking defend your house? Do people break into your house in packs of 40? That's all I'm asking. Or is it better in a tight spot? You know, my big thing with any gun is how loud is it? You know? How loud is it? Because I don't know if my ears are already fucked up, you know what I mean? I can't even use a cap gun. I think I'm going to go with just like bear mace. You know? All right, gun control. I love that you spray mace and then the guy's still coming at you. Then you got to run through the cloud that you just fucking sprayed. Now you both fucking can't see shit. All right, gun control. Here we go. Billy Red Balls of Fire. Huge fan and love your work. Much respect and enjoy your success. Thank you. I'm a lifetime NRA member, and I believe in the Second Amendment. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. We get it. I'm a Metallica fan, and I like to rock. Can we not be so fucking redundant? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, but being that it is an amendment, we could change it to correct it for today's everyday events and happenings. All right, these school shootings could be narrowed down if we would do away with assault rifles. Now, I know there's a lot of gun people right now going, this isn't a real gun person. This is some liberal fucking hippie. He glued a beard to his face. He rented a bass boat, and then he sanded this in, trying to act like he speaks for me. He does not. All right, these school shootings could be narrowed down if we would do away with assault rifles. Yes, there would still be violence in schools, but a 20 or 12 gauge shotgun is a lot harder to hide than a 9mm Glock. I also have a good idea. Right now, you can go to a Bass Pro Shop, Walmart, and half a dozen other stores to buy ammo. Since here in New York, we have to register our guns annually, we could also make a state-run ammo-only store. State-run ammo-only store, kind of like Canada's beer liquor store. Buy your guns wherever, register them with the state annually, and buy your ammo through the state. That way, any large or odd ammo purchases would be tracked. Along with your background check, it's really the best idea I can come up with. As always, hello to the lovely Nia, and thank you for putting up with his ginger ass. And Bill, go fuck yourself. That's hilarious. All right, so there's some ideas. All right, okay. Mass shooting proposals. Hey there, williest of Bills. Here's my proposal to reduce mass shootings. Get communities to come together. It seems like a simple idea, but here's my logic. How many people interact with or even know their neighbors? My parents divorced when I was 4 years old, and during my alternating custody, I noticed a few major differences in their individual happiness. And one of the minor details, period, was my mother always made it a point to say hi to her neighbors and hand out cards on the holidays, where my father avoided neighbors at all costs. That sounds like me. And also was talking shit and saying negative things. Also sounds like me. As an adult, I don't dole out gifts, but I do make it a point to say hi and shoot the shit with all my neighbors. I believe if communities regularly interacted or even held monthly or seasonal events like block parties, they could build a trust and dependence for each other. And if you notice a neighbor kid acting shady, it could be noted and the kid could get the help they needed without feeling disconnected and abandoned. As I said, it's a simple solution as much as I'm a simple man. May one or more gods or fewer bless you and your family, and go fuck yourself. P.S. I was raised around people of the LDS faith, Mormons, and I see these interactions between them regularly. Anecdotal evidence or not, it's an idea. All right? Okay, gun response. I just want to hear what people have to say. I usually comment on this shit. Because I don't know shit about this. I guess that's what it is. No one has been able to tell me why you need. Yeah, I just wish a gun owner would be fucking honest when it comes to assault rifles. Why do you want what do you need an assault rifle for? And it's like, I don't need one. It's just fucking awesome to just go down to the gun range and go, yeah, right? And just fucking have a good time with it. It's like, who needs a fucking Ferrari? Nobody, right? Nobody needs a fucking Ferrari. All you need is a fucking Prius to get to work. But who doesn't want a Ferrari? They're awesome. But in the wrong hands. All right, gun response. Billy, ban bullets. I never said to ban bullets. Love the podcast. Like that you're a very humble guy. I'm completely full of myself, sir. Doing stand-up at night is not enough. I have to still have a microphone in my hands, even in my house. Okay, I grew up in South Alabama, and I'm just getting out of the Marine Corps officer training. Stereotypically, I'm a conservative with a moderate knowledge of guns. So to answer your question, the Second Amendment is to protect yourself and others from tyranny. Exactly. That's why with that other guy saying that only the state should give out the bullets, that I didn't like, because I don't trust, not like I don't trust the government, man, just the way that it's set up right now. it's just, I don't know. It's not a good thing if only the people who are in control have the weapons. Yeah, I just don't think that, we already see what it's like if only the people in control own basically all the major news sources. You see what it's done to this fucking country if you're fucking paying attention. How few things you can talk about, which is why everybody is sitting around calling everybody heroes and this and that, and fucking this person's brave and this person's a bad person and blah, 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 blah. It's like they've turned us all into like we all went back to school like we're sitting on a fucking playground and we have major goddamn problems that nobody's talking about. I'm off my high horse. Okay. Stereotypically, I'm concerned. Okay, seems far-fetched, but look up deaths from government tyranny in the last century. Semi-automatic rifles like the Armalite 15, I guess that's the AR-15, a.k.a. the AR-15, yep, are the minimum needed firepower for a guerrilla militia to fight organized militaries. AR-15 is not a military-grade weapon or assault rifle by official standards. The main reason being effective firing range. Pistols are almost as effective at close range. So a ban on ARs won't do much, if anything, for most of these horrible events and will eliminate purpose of Second Amendment. Well, now wait a minute, dude. Wait a minute. How fast you can shoot and how many people you can fucking hit. If you walk into a crowded area, how good a shot do you have to be? I just wish one of these gun people would just be like, listen, I don't want him to ban an AR-15 because I'm not fucking crazy and I enjoy shooting the fucking woods up with this thing. It's fun. There has to be a way. It just can't be that fucking easy for a fucking lunatic to get their hands on. Because the bottom line is, there's nothing wrong with guns as long as you're not a fucking lunatic. But the problem is it's obviously too easy as a lunatic to get one. Does that make sense? To gun people, non-gun. Guns are fucking great. Like, I can guarantee, I have a baseball bat under my bed, and I can guarantee you, if anybody came in my house, what's the one fucking thing I would wish that I had? I wish I had a fucking gun. My wife doesn't like them. She's afraid of them, which I get. Now we got a kid, so I'm not going to fucking do that. And I also don't think, if you get, everybody turning their fucking guns. The only people who are going to do that are honest people. What are bad people going to be like, well, I guess we got to turn in our fucking guns. There has to be some sort of, I don't know. How the fuck do you figure out who's fucking nuts or not? That's the problem. Anyway, subsequently, almost all gun deaths are from pistols. Solution: increase the age of legal purchase to 21 for anything except pump-action shotguns and black-powdered rifles. Pistols, you already have to be 21. Okay, also, armed security at schools, not a cure all, but better than nothing. Yeah, why don't they have armed people at schools, I wouldn't have a problem with that. By the way, Founding Fathers had a concept of machine guns and certainly of semi-automatic. They weren't using microaggressions, you Cali lib. What do you mean they had a concept? I have a concept of a flying fucking car. Do I know what that's going to do to the world? I hope all that clarifies a point of view without being too in-depth. Thanks for questioning your stance on the issue. What was their concept, and how do you know they had a concept? Did new evidence show that they had this? What did they have beyond what that first one they came up with, where it had to be like pushed by 9 people, and then you had your little crank, Then the guy who came up with the machine gun, he wanted to do that to lower deaths. There's some other bullshit I heard. Like, he was just like, well, this thing can shoot as much as an entire platoon. So you won't have to have a platoon, then you can have less people in the army because this person's going to be shooting just as much. And then all the sickos at the top were like, then we will have a platoon of platoons with all machine guns. And it just keeps, that's war. That's a completely different fucking thing. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I don't think the Founding Fathers had a concept of what the fuck, of the level of population I mean, there's just so much was fucking different back then. That they had the concept of an AR-15 and a fucking food court in the 1700s. Maybe they did. I mean, they were pretty, I don't know, flying kites with keys on them. I guess that makes you a smart guy. I don't know. All right. All right, gun. Yeah, but I like this because nobody's telling me to go fuck myself or anything like that. You notice people, when you just sort of ask what you're thinking, people will then act civilized. As opposed to all you idiots on fucking, I shouldn't say it, opposed to all of you individuals who all have a right to your opinion. The way you guys address each other on social media is, I don't know. It's just the quickest way to having a vein popping out of your forehead. All right, gun ESPN. Billy Musket mug. I don't know what that means. It's funny. You're right about the media turning the shootings into ESPN for killers. The number they keep throwing around is 18 this year. They're counting suicides, a time where a gun went off in a car. Another was a kid who pulled a police officer's trigger in class. Here's an article about it. No, I was saying that in the mass shootings, the way they say, like, this is the deadliest, this is the third deadliest, this is the most blah, 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 blah. And then they splatter the person's face all over the fucking news. And I just don't think that they should show the person. They should die anonymously. And that's it. I would even not even cover the fucking story. I mean, the people that need to know. People that lost people or had people affected by it. Okay. And I don't know. To go beyond that, then what am I sitting there watching it for? So I can watch people cry and see people with the worst day of their fucking life? Why do I need to know that happened? Okay? Law enforcement is going to get the person. They're going to fucking prosecute him and all of that type of shit. Why do I need to know that is going on? I can't defend myself against it. I'm not going to go do it. Right? However, if you're some sicko and you're watching that shit, I think sickos watch those stories the way, I used to watch rock bands and it made me want to play drums. All right, non-Americans' view on guns. I'm of the opinion that the occasional mass killing in the U.S. is the price you pay for your government not turning into Hitler's Germany or Stalin's Russia. It might be the only thing keeping your government from going full retard. My country, New Zealand, might be protected in turn by the stability of the USA. That guy must be way smarter than I am. I don't know what the fuck any of that means. I'm of the opinion that the occasional mass killings is the USA. In the USA is the price you pay for your government not turning into Hitler's Germany or Stalin's Russia. So because we're allowed to be freer than them, the price we pay is that. Is that what you're saying? And it might be the only thing keeping your government from going full retard. Which, if you look at the economics of the war that we're fighting, it has. Because I don't know how we keep doing this. Or why we're throwing this much money at, I don't know. You know why the fuck we're doing it. Everybody does. All right. Hey, guys, keep sending shit in about the gun control stuff, because I think it's really interesting as far as to just hear people's opinions and where they're from and why they view stuff the way they do without fucking screaming at each other. And hopefully, I don't know. I just, can somebody weigh in how, whether you're pro-gun or not pro-gun, all right, how, because psychos do a lot of shit. Psychos get in cars and they drive into fucking people and all of that shit. You know what I mean? They don't try to fucking take cars away from everybody. I know that's overly simplifying it, but, I think it's, I don't know. I just don't, even though I'm not into guns, I just don't look at them like they're these fucking, like they're alive and they have the devil in them. I do find them scary. I have gone to gun ranges and I shoot, and it's fun. Once you it's like anything. I first started flying a helicopter, I was like, is this thing going to chop my fucking head off? And then once you get into the physics and how the whole thing works, it becomes absolutely fascinating. So, I think those people go skeet shooting. I think that's the shit. And I think people that hunt, it's fucking amazing that they know how to do that. Build a fire and survive outside. It's probably an important thing that you need to know how to do. I respect all of that shit. It's just, and those people should be allowed to continue doing that. I just wish there was a fucking way that you could figure out when somebody came up to be like, hey, maybe that's something good for Alexa. Is everybody bugs their house, right? Maybe one of those fucking lunatics will be muttering to themselves. You know, God knows I have a little camera in there and they'll see the person fucking bringing all this fucking ammo. I don't know. Even then, even if you limited the amount of ammunition, the amount of fucking damage that you can do. I would think just buying a box of bullets. It's fucking nuts. I didn't like talking about it. It's so fucking creepy. All right. Wife is nuts, but I appreciate everybody calmly discussing this, and I respect all of you.